On this episode of Breaking Bread, we're uptown, right around St. Elizabeth's Church in Washington Heights. Get ready to learn a lot and have some fun, too. On today's episode of Breaking Bread, we're uptown, right around St. Elizabeth's Church in Washington Heights. Now, this neighborhood has a very large Latino population, and from what I hear, Sunday Mass in Spanish is filled to capacity every single week. Now, I also have a feeling that we're going to get some heavy Dominican influence in our restaurants today. Now, Monsignor Jamie is going to meet us a little later on in the show, and we're going to talk more about the life of St. Elizabeth. But it's not the St. Elizabeth that you're thinking of. So we've got a lot to cover, so let's get started. So while in the neighborhood of St. Elizabeth's, I came across this place called the Next Door Cafe. Now, it piqued my interest because it's got the best of both worlds for me: continental American cuisine and Japanese food. Who would have thought? But I love the combination. So let's get in the kitchen and see what they're gonna make for us. So hey everyone, now I'm finally in the kitchen here at the Next Door Cafe, and I've got Ryan, the general manager, and we're gonna make Southwestern jambalaya. Now, we all know jambalaya is really a southern dish. You find it in Louisiana, it's a Creole thing, you know, and they kind of jazzed it up a little bit, and we're just gonna get straight to work.
Sure. What we've got here is some julienne vegetables, green peppers, red bell peppers, red onion, goes in the pot.
Don't forget that one.
And then over here we've got smoked chicken, clams, shrimp, and calamari. Right. That all goes in there as well.
Nice.
Right here is we've got some Cajun rice that we've already prepared. Put that in there.
I'm like evenly distribute this. I'm all about having everything, a taste of everything in every bite.
Even distribution is the key to cooking. Yeah. All right, so we've got.
This is like the stock,
This
right?
is this is our base etouffee sauce. It's got corn, roasted red peppers, celery, chicken stock, clam juice.
Nice. So jambalaya is really like something that takes a long time to cook. Hours and hours and hours.
Yeah.
That's why you've got this broken down like this, so it's kind of, a lot of stuff is ready to go already.
Absolutely. I mean, the sauce takes a long time to cook down, and so we just got it all set up. So now all we need to do is put it on the heat, and in a little while we'll have some tasty jambalaya.
Nice. And like I said, you know, they're doing like the quick version here, so it's like hot and delicious and ready to go when you're ready to have it. But we're gonna let that cook for a little while, and then I'll taste it. Let you know what you think. So I grabbed Ryan and brought him into the dining room with me, and I've got my Southwestern jambalaya, and you also got another treat for me over here. What's that?
Yeah, it's a shrimp and sweet potato quesadilla.
Oh my, that's kind of different too. Everything is kind of like eclectic and different in here. Describe the food to me.
It's a long history. There used to be two different restaurants. One was a sushi and Japanese restaurant. The other one was more of this southern cooking.
Okay.
And it just made sense to combine the two restaurants together so that we would have more space. We were able to build a big bar and lounge.
Nice. Offer more to your customers,
yeah,
right?
we have the two different chefs. So, I mean, but everything is, I would say, along these lines where it's very recognizable, but it's just not quite what you've had at other restaurants. Everything's got a bit of a twist to it.
Nice. This is
keeps you guessing.
So good. Because I think of jambalaya, we think of Southern Creole, Louisiana. This is a little different. Really good, really good. Well, if you're ever in the neighborhood, I highly suggest you come by here. You can get a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And from the taste of all this, you won't be disappointed. So thanks for having us.
Oh, thank you.
You want to have a quesadilla?
Oh, absolutely.
Hey, Tati, how are you?
Good. This must be mine.
Yes, and I think I have your name written on it.
Nice. All coffee has my name written on it. This place is really nice.
It's a little different. We're up in the Heights and
Yeah.
a little different place. Hard to get around over here, right?
A little bit. I got a little lost, but I think Bleu Evolution was worth it.
It's a great place.
Yeah, I can't wait to try it out. What are we gonna make today?
Well, I think we're gonna make a little lamb. Julio's in the kitchen. And it's kind of a, this place has like a cuisine of mixed French, Mediterranean flair
Nice.
to it. So it's a kind of combination to fit with the neighborhood.
Definitely right around the parish of St. Elizabeth.
Yes,
which
yes.
we'll talk more about.
Right down the block. I passed it myself.
Yeah, and it's exciting for me because, you know, when you think of St. Elizabeth, you always think of one particular
All right,
person, right?
Elizabeth, Mary's
Right?
cousin.
That's right, John the Baptist's mother.
Right.
But this is a different St. Elizabeth.
Yes,
so
yes.
I learned a little bit more about her, and we'll talk about it more in Coffee, Cake, and Conversation.
Great.
So let's have the coffee, and then we'll get to work.
I'm ready. Well, Tati, this is Julio.
Nice
Julio
to meet
Tati.
you.
And
Welcome
Paco's
here.
the chef here.
Hi, Paco.
And I think we're ready to get to work.
What are we making?
We're making a lamb chop.
Nice. So this is the lamb chop,
Yes.
and this is pre-cooked already,
Pre-cooked,
right?
yes, for 4 hours.
Oh, so it's tender.
Yes,
4
very tender.
hours. So now Paco is gonna put together, assemble the dish for us, right?
Yes. So we have some butter right here.
Okay.
We have some garlic. Then we have some roasted tomatoes.
Which you make here, I'm sure.
Yeah, everything is making
Right.
here. We have chickpeas. We have rosemary right there.
That's fresh rosemary.
Fresh rosemary.
Yeah.
Salt
So you really
and
just
pepper.
mix all the ingredients together.
all
1,
together,
2, 3.
yes. This is the red wine.
Red wine.
And we have also the lamb stock.
That you probably also make
And
here
also
as
we
well.
made it. It's
Right.
actually consumed from the lamb.
Nice.
So you braise that lamb chop for about
Yes, 4 hours.
4 hours. Wow. Slow cook.
Yeah, very slow cook. And you put the lamb right there. We cover with the aluminum. We cook about like 15 minutes and we put in the oven.
Oh, so you finish it in the oven for
Yeah, we'll
about
finish
15
it.
minutes. Okay. And all those flavors will be sealed in
Yes,
by the
all-
cover.
Nice.
About the
So,
color.
what are
And
we
also
making
we're
here?
gonna do the couscous. This is
Ah, that's what you serve with it.
yes. Okay, we have
Chicken
also
stock?
More
no,
butter.
vegetable stock.
Vegetable stuff. Okay.
We love butter.
Put in the
Yeah.
couscous,
Ah, my mom does this.
a little bit of white wine.
My mother does that. Nice.
It's almost like making rice or risotto.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something
Same.
like that.
So she'll
Same
do-
method.
Yeah,
Salt,
nice.
pepper. At the end, we put the vegetable stock.
The thing about
No, so we
couscous
cook
is
about-
always it takes on the flavor of whatever you cook it in.
Yeah, it's about 10,
So-
15 minutes.
Right.
That's it.
Vegetable stock, you get the vegetable essence. Chicken stock, you get the chicken essence. So we got a lot of lamb flavor going on, so we don't really need that, right? Vegetable stock is perfect. All right, so our couscous has been cooking for about 15 minutes, and now it's ready to come out of the oven.
Smells good.
We're gonna serve in the couscous right now.
Now
the way
we'll
we're
shape
gonna
it,
put
right?
it there.
It'll-
We're gonna take the lamb right now. It's already for 15 minutes. And this is
Wow,
what
look
it
at
looks
that. Wow,
Ooh,
look at all
smells
those
good.
juices.
It smells amazing.
like. Garnish with the rosemary leaf and some parsley.
Beautiful.
Wow, look at that.
There you have
Enjoy.
it.
Awesome.
Lamb shank here at Bleu Evolution. I can't wait to eat this.
Let's
I
get
can't
a knife
even.
and fork. Let's go.
Well, according to Julio, we don't even need a knife, right?
Yeah, you don't need it.
I'll
Just
give
a
you a
fork.
report. Let's go.
Let's go.
All right, guys, we went from the kitchen to the dining room of Bleu Evolution, and now it's time to eat. Now, Julio has hooked us up with some more stuff.
We have a
This is-
spinach ravioli, and also this is a Toscan bread soup.
Oh, I've heard about it. I've
yeah.
never had bread soup.
You should try it in here. It's very good.
There you go.
Yes,
This
thank
is a-
you.
That lamb comes right off the bone.
I was
Now
waiting
you
to see
tell
that.
me.
Now look at that.
He said
No
you don't
knife.
need a
No
knife,
knife,
and Monsignor used a spoon, and it came off right off the bone. Oh my goodness.
How is that? Good?
The wine, I can taste the wine. It enhances the lamb so much, and there's nothing like slow cooked lamb. Nothing. This is fabulous.
Let's try a little of this soup here.
Just take a little scoop. Ooh, we have some white beans.
Yeah, it's the white beans, escarole, garlic, roasted
Thank you.
tomatoes, pureed tomatoes, and
Dig
Oh,
in.
comfort
Vegetable.
food.
Yeah.
spinach
Homemade
ravioli.
Spanish ravioli.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Pignoli nuts on top of the raviolis and from the Mediterranean.
Fabulous, right? This is really good.
With a little buttercream sauce. And that soup, the bread absorbs all the juices. It's
Yeah.
outrageous.
No, I hope you
Fantastic.
like.
Well, we're gonna keep on eating, you guys. Everything is delicious here. The food is eclectic and tasty, just like the atmosphere. Now, when we come back, we're gonna try out some of the dessert here at Bleu Evolution and have a little coffee, cake, and conversation about St. Elizabeth. Be right back.
They didn't have cars and
No,
buses like
none
we
of
have
that.
today.
That was like a 3-month trip to go visit her cousin Elizabeth. So I know I promised Monsignor Jamie that we'd have a quick bite here at Marisco Central, but
We're not going to get through that so quickly.
no, not so quickly. Welcome back to Breaking Bread, everyone. We're still hanging out in Washington Heights at Bleu Evolution.
It's great so far.
It's awesome. Right around the corner from St. Elizabeth Parish. And we've got some chocolate souffle and strawberry mousse cake,
They look
courtesy
great.
of Julio. I know, let's dig in.
Let's go.
Everything looks fabulous.
Some strawberry mousse.
While we have our coffee, cake, and conversation. Now, I mentioned this before,
Mm-hmm.
but I was confused first, honestly. I was like, St. Elizabeth, okay, you know who I automatically assumed
Right.
the parish was named after.
Mary's cousin,
Mary's
John the
cousin.
Baptist's mother, right?
That's right. And which is a story that I absolutely love.
When Mary went to visit her cousin Elizabeth,
That's
when she heard she
right.
was with child,
That's
even though
right.
she herself was pregnant and had to make that long journey.
Yes.
They didn't have cars and
No,
buses
none
like
of
we have
that.
today.
That was like a 3-month trip to go visit her cousin Elizabeth. And of course, my favorite part is when the baby moved for
Yes.
the first time, when she
The baby
the help-
leaped for joy at the sound of
Mary's
Mary's voice.
Yeah, yeah. So this is a different St. Elizabeth, though. Tell
This
me
is
a little
Saint
bit
Elizabeth
about
of Hungary. And she was born in the early 1200s and to Alexander II, the king of Hungary at the time. And of course, being the daughter of a king, I mean, you had it well, she had it well.
Right.
And she went to school. And in those days, not too many people did go to school,
her, especially women.
right? And she got married, and she was always called to the Lord, to religion. I mean, she was always in prayer, and the Lord was calling her quite often, and she really spent her life in prayer. But she had a family. She got married.
Right.
She had 3 children, and what happened was her husband got killed in the Crusades, and she was left with her 3 children, and she made sure that the children were taken care of. And then she joined the religious life. She dedicated her life to serving the poor and the sick.
We're going to head over to St. Elizabeth Parish and learn even more in a little bit. This is spectacular, by the way. I mean, everything in this place is good.
It's out of this world.
I know. So Monsignor Jamie and I decided to continue coffee, cake, and conversation right here at St. Elizabeth of Hungary Church with Father Enrique from the church. Thank you so much for having us.
Oh, thank you for coming.
We were having a great conversation about St. Elizabeth and St. Elizabeth of Hungary specifically. We talked about, you know, the other St. Elizabeths and who we all usually think of. But Monsignor gave me the whole lowdown. We had a nice chat. But how did this parish get the name St. Elizabeth of Hungary?
People think that maybe at some point people from Hungary would have lived in this parish. But really, in the 1896, when the parish was founded, it was a very Irish community, all this area.
Okay.
And they felt at that time that the closest parish was all the way in the Upper West Side, which was far away, especially during that time and with transportation. So they felt it was about time to build a parish in their neighborhood. They built St. Elizabeth of Hungary on this street, like in 1896. Eventually, they rebuilt it in 1927. So at that time, they were looking for a name, and it turned out that the biggest donor to build the actual church building, they were looking for a name, and his mom was called Elizabeth. And that's how the name came about.
So those things took place in those days too,
Yeah.
not just today. But now it's a very, you have a very large Dominican population here.
Yes, Dominican. It's been through various groups of people, and now for, I think maybe like 20 years, it's been very Dominican, and it's a great place though. It's very vibrant, and
The liturgies must be alive.
oh yeah, the music, there's the clapping, and it's just
It's great.
It's very alive, and of course, all of the traditions of the church in Dominican Republic as well as here are being celebrated. So we're always celebrating.
That's great.
something.
This is a great neighborhood. I mean, there's so much
It
up here.
is.
It's a beautiful spot, very, very busy, great restaurants.
Great restaurants, of course. The food has been great. Everything, the energy of this, the flair of everything has been awesome.
The streets are crowded, always
Yeah.
hustling
Oh,
and
yeah.
bustling.
Yeah. Speaking of food, which whenever we come around, you know there's some food involved. We brought you some pastries from Gideon's Bakery.
Oh, thank you.
I thought that's appropriate for us, right? Monsignor.
I'll taste a little piece of this.
No, 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 take the whole
All
thing.
right, okay,
The
if
whole
you
thing.
insist.
Yes, I do insist. I love coffee, cake, and conversation. Thank you so much for having us, Father Enrique. We're really enjoying our time.
No, and thank you for coming. You're always welcome. You're always here at St. Elizabeth of Hungary, at Mother Cabrini. Anytime, we're here for you.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
This
Thank
was
you
great.
so much. It really is. Well, we're going to chat a little bit more, and then we're off to our next restaurant. Well, what do you think?
Wow, it's so tropical.
I know, this is the seafood place that I was telling you about that everyone at St. Elizabeth comes to.
I love seafood.
Well, let's go see some food before you have
Let's
to go. So I know I promised Monsignor Jamie that we'd have a quick bite here at Marisco Centro, but
We're not going to get through that so quickly.
No, not so quickly. And this is Cello, the owner. Thank you for having us.
Sure.
So tell everybody what the name Marisco Centro means.
Marisco Centro is a seafood restaurant that started in the Dominican Republic 9 years ago.
Right.
Then we decided to come to Washington Heights so that, you know, there's so many Dominicans in Washington Heights.
Yeah.
And
It's like the other capital of the Dominican Republic.
exactly. So we opened here almost 7 years ago.
Okay.
And then we had to open 2 other locations in the Bronx
Oh my gosh.
because it's been very successful.
All right, well, you know what? If everything is like this, now this is kind of different. I've never seen anything like this, but you told me that they make this in the Dominican Republic. What is this called?
It's called chofan.
I see.
Very popular over there. It's made with seafood and chicken breast.
It is good.
Yeah.
It is really
Very
good.
very
And
affordable.
tasty.
Very popular here.
Very filling. I'm sure too. We've got shrimp. I see calamari, chicken breast.
Chicken.
Yeah.
Squeeze some of that lime on there. It kind of brings out the flavors of the fish and the rice.
Let me try that.
You should try it with the maduros. Tastes good with the maduros.
We all know I
Try
love the
some of that.
maduros.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see you take some of those.
Thank you.
I get it. Well, we're gonna keep eating and make sure Monsignor is well fed before he goes back to work.
To get back to the parish, a few things to do.
Yeah, we got you working today. Sometimes I just think this is your only job, but
I wish,
far
I
from
wish.
it. Far from it. So when you're in the neighborhood and you're looking for some great seafood, you gotta come to Marisco Centro. This is the place to find it. Thank you, Chela, for having us.
Thank you.
So you mean this place is so popular they come all the way from the Bronx here?
Oh, I have people come all the way from Long Island.
This looks so good. I know I'm like staring at the food. You can get this kind of steak a lot in this neighborhood, but not like this, right? Okay guys, so I'm upstairs here at La Casa del Mofongo, and I somehow managed to grab the manager, Franklin, to sit down and talk with me and have a little mofongo. Now, this place is so busy.
Yes, it is.
Are you always this busy?
Yes. Thanks
Wow,
God.
thank God, exactly. It's a lot of takeout, but you can sit down and have
Yeah.
something to eat too,
Yeah,
right?
both things, yeah.
All right.
Also delivery.
So tell me about mofongo. Now, I've had it before, but tell me about how you guys make it. Let's talk a little bit about the history.
Okay, the mofongo is original from Puerto Rico. It's
Okay.
it's a Caribbean dish, but we Dominican people adopted the mofongo, so we decided to open La Casa del Mofongo here in Washington Heights.
Okay.
So we're doing very good with that.
Okay, so how do you make it?
Okay, the
made with-
mofongo is being made from green plantain. They have the green plantain shot first, then they deep fry the green plantain, putting together with the pork meat, fried pork meat, garlic, and olive oil. Then they match everything together and putting all together.
Okay. So, you mentioned that Dominicans adopted mofongo from Puerto Rico, but this neighborhood is very Dominican, right?
It is, yeah. But we have a lot of Puerto Rican people came from the Bronx visiting us too.
So you mean this place is so popular they come all the way from the Bronx here?
Oh, I have people come all the way from Long Island
What?
to have a mofongo over here.
Well, I would say this is really, really good. Very tasty. What is this sauce? This is the bomb.
The sauce is called the gravy. It's like a garlic sauce, to put on the mofongo because the green plantain is a little dry. So you use the gravy to make it soft.
Okay, okay. Well, this is delicious. And you guys, if you're ever around St. Elizabeth Parish, La Casa del Mofongo is someplace you gotta come by. Have some classic Dominican food. I mean, people are coming from Long Island to this place, so thank you. I'm gonna keep eating.
You're welcome.
So we have taken you guys to all different kind of places around St. Elizabeth's Parish. We've had a little Mediterranean. We even went to a place that had a combination of Japanese and continental American food. And now it's time for the swanky. Welcome to Altus. So I want to introduce you guys to Arlene here of Altus. And I told you this place was swanky, even the food is swanky. So thank you for having us. I just want to tell you how beautiful this place is. We're happy to be here. But now, this is beautiful. Tell me how you describe the food here at Altus.
I would say it's a Latin American fusion, so it's a mix.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that, and of course beautifully presented.
Yes.
Now what does Altus mean?
Well, it's a Latin word and means up, the highest point. So since we're in uptown, that's
We're
why
Altus, up,
Yeah.
right? Okay, okay, so now tell me about this dish. What do we have going on here?
Well, it's a churrasco, and it's Arizona skirt steak with homemade yuca fries that has Cajun sauce. And the steak has basil sauce. It also has butter sauce, red pepper sauce, as well as
Shiitake
mushroom sauce.
Okay,
And it's garnished with carrots and scallions.
all right. Now you can, this looks so good. I know I'm like staring at the food. You can get this kind of steak a lot in this neighborhood, but not like this,
Exactly.
right? Your take on this steak is the sauce, and that's what makes it special from anywhere else,
Exactly.
right? Very fun, very swanky, very cool. Like everything around here is
Yes,
just all
pretty hip.
right? Yeah, exactly.
So it's a little different compared to a lot of restaurants that we have around here.
Yeah, I mean, Washington Heights is really changing. I've been on my little tour, and this is very reflective of that change. You guys have been here for like, what, a year?
A year, yeah.
So now I have to tell you, this is delicious. All the different sauces, different ways to make
Exactly.
it. Okay. Well, you know what? When you guys are in Washington Heights, Altus is definitely one of the places that needs to be on your visit list. I can tell that this neighborhood is quickly becoming a destination neighborhood, and this would be one of your destinations. Well, this definitely felt like a jam-packed episode. We hope that you enjoyed all of the restaurants that we visited today, and if you're ever in the neighborhood, stop by one of the masses here at St. Elizabeth's and hear what Father Enrique is talking about. And of course, we'd like to thank Father Enrique for taking time out of his very busy schedule to be on the show. And to learn more about Breaking Bread, visit our website. We'll see you guys again next time. Bye.